Lose Control by Teddy Swims. Time check is 35 minutes past the hour of 7. Good morning. Good morning, Malabites. Good morning, Malabresses. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, friends and foes. Good morning, mummies and daddies. You're tuned into Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it Edu Infotainment. Today is another beautiful Thursday morning right here in the beautiful city of Calabar. How are you feeling, my neighbor? I hope that you're feeling good. I hope that you're feeling elated to be alive today, because it's a rare privilege to be alive every single day, to be hale and hearty. There are some people that would have loved to see the 28th day in the month of May 2026, but unfortunately they are not here to witness this beautiful day. But you are here, I am here. We are seeing a very beautiful day, so we should be grateful. We might not be having the best lives. We might not be earning the fattest checks. We're not be driving in the most luxurious cars or living in the most ostentatious mansions. But one thing is guaranteed: we have life, we have breath in our lungs, and that's something that we should be grateful for. How are you feeling today? It's a new day. How did you sleep? I hope that you had a very restful night. This day, the night has been really cozy, really comfortable. We're not really dealing with heat anymore as we used to before. So I hope that you had a restful night. I hope that you had a very beautiful and very blissful night's rest. My name is Igwe Vine Henshaw. They call me Spice of the Airwaves, and I'm your morning companion right here on the Morning Boss Show. I'm here to ensure that I escort you as you go through your day. I'm here to give you gist, give you information, give you education, and give you entertainment 360 right here on the Morning Boss Show. Whether you're going to work, some people are not going to work because I'm working right now because of the public holiday. Some people are not working. Some people are in their houses chilling, relaxing. I'm pretty sure that some people are still in bed because of the public holiday. But my dear, enjoy it. You deserve it. You've worked so hard, to please, by all means, ensure that you enjoy the public holiday and ensure that you make the most out of it, because before you know it, you're back to work. You're back to everything that you left behind to enjoy the public holiday. Like you already know, I don't do this alone. I do this with the amazing Obi Thompson, and together we're going to ensure that we give you the best of education, information, and of course entertainment 360. We love to call it Edu Infotainment. Good morning, Thompson, and welcome on the show. Happy Eid Mubarak to you, my brother. How are you feeling?
As you say, Eid Mubarak, I can't remember. It's supposed to be Eid Suya. So Eid Mubarak, come like I won't go Eid Mubarak.
When was the last time you ate soya, Thompson?
God, that thing don't take
I don't understand how we moved from buying 200 naira suya and it would be very big to buying suya of 5,000. It looks like
yet
you're not doing anything.
Like somebody was like,
God have mercy.
I want to eat suya, and I said, well, I could just do you 2,000. He said, two what? It's like you're
not eating suya anymore. That's what.
Man, so I was like, so how much do you? He said, manageable, 5K. Yes. I said, 5K. Don't you know that is somebody's monthly salary for crying out loud?
One day you will go and show me the person that the person's salary is 5,000 naira a month. You will take me to the person, and the person will take me to the person's boss. We need to have a conversation.
But on a serious note, that is somebody's salary, 5,000 naira today as we speak.
Is it weekly salary or daily salary?
Monthly salary. That's somebody's monthly salary.
So if you want to calculate it per day, you're working like 50 naira or 100 naira per day.
But in real sense, if you take a look on people, I could tell you, okay, it's let's say 50 or 60,000 naira, right? Now, if you look at 60,000, how much is your transportation? How much is your feeding? How much are you going to save for your renew your rent? How much are you going to spare out in your data? Yeah, to renew your rent, you have to save, right?
Hold on. Like this normal savings.
No. This is why it is now your take-home pay. This is why a lot of persons are saying that even your take-home pay cannot even take you to the junction. Do you understand? So in real sense, you are calculating how much you're earning, how much you're spending, and how much is left. So it is the leftover that we are talking about that is the real salary, not other things you're able to get in between it. Do you understand? So that is why they're agitating for minimum wage, right? Because they feel like, okay, even if you say, oh, I am earning 100,000, how much is your house rent? You're paying a rent of 150,000. Do you know how much you need to save for you to renew that rent today? Just a single room today, they are telling you 200,000. So how much are you going to save out of 100,000 to renew that rent? How much is your transportation to work? How much are you spending on feeding, for crying out loud? How much are you spending on your data, your call cards, and all of that? So this is why at the end of the day, you look at how much is left. You can see that a lot of persons are not even ending up to 5,000 a month.
Oh, so that's what you're talking about. I was speaking with a friend a few days ago, and she was like, "I'm looking for a job."
Okay.
And I was like, "What pay range are you looking at?"
For?
She was like, "Even if at the end of the month I'm going home with 10,000 naira, as long as my transportation is covered." I'm like, "Is it that bad in this country?"
Have you getting it now? And out of that 10,000, you're not even planning your emergency funds, out of it, and you're not planning. Okay, your brother, your sister, or anybody could just wake up and say, "Okay, let's get this done."
Let's swallow shovel today.
Do you understand? And then sometimes it seems to me like those who actually sit out are having an extra income somewhere. I'm suspecting.
See, there's something I used to say when people say, "Show me road" or "cut soap for me." If they cut soap for you, you go feed bath. You're looking at them, they are enjoying and they are, sitting down.
Do you understand?
If they show you the way, you go feel follow.
You
go feel follow. Anyway, to you listening to me right now, how are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling elated? I hope that you're enjoying the public holiday. This public holiday, is dedicated for you to rest. I went out yesterday to get a few things in the market, and I realized that. So I knew that yesterday was the public holiday, Eid al-Adha, and I saw a lot of Muslim faithfuls everywhere. I was asking myself, what's going on in the markets? They were there, they were carrying their children, they were all dressed. What's going on? Is the world about to end? What's this? Because on a normal day, you don't see them, like around that much. And it just dawned on me that, it was the holiday for them. I'm like, makes sense. They were everywhere, at the mall, at fast food. And one thing about those people is when it's time for their celebration, they go all out.
They go all out.
All out. They don't have time to be mediocre about it. They go all out for the holiday. But how are you enjoying the holiday? Talk to us this morning. I'm opening the phone lines now. 0809 4444 058. I'll take that again. 0809 4444 058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, and we'll take it right here on the show. How are you feeling? How are you enjoying the public holiday? Let us know this morning. 0809 4444 058. I'll take that again. 0809 4444 058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, and we'll take it right here on the show. What is the light situation in your area this morning? Do you have lights in your area? Or you're like me that we just saw lights this morning after 3 days.
Wow. I just
woke up, I saw them.
You wouldn't believe
we've been remembered.
Today is Thursday, right? Right from Tuesday, we've had steady lights till today.
Are you scared?
I was scared. They gave that light yesterday, according to them, after I came back from work, that since, was it 11 a.m. till, as I speak to you now, I left lights in the house. Like, I was like, are you serious? They didn't take the light. So there is possibility that we can actually have constant electricity supply. But the people within are just sabotaging or just making it look as if it is not possible. So that is where my problem is.
The thing is, that we're already used to not having steady power supply. It's more like a normal thing in the Nigerian society.
It's because they have made it to be so.
Exactly. So when they've seen that, okay, these people, they're already used to not having light. So let's just continue like that, because if they see lights now, constant light, they'll be scared. They'll not be very comfortable. They've adapted to not having constant electricity, constant power supply. So it's going to be weird to give them constant power supply. And sometimes it's very sad to know that you live in a country where to see power supply is a privilege. If you see your bulb and there's light in it, there's this happiness, there's this euphoria that just engulfs you, because it's not something that happens every day. Imagine saying, I don't see water every day, or something like I don't see what other amenity can I even highlight this morning? Okay, let's use water. I don't see water every day, and somehow it's a normalcy in our society. And you look at other countries outside, these things they are called basic. Oh God, have mercy. They're called basic amenities for a reason. It's not luxury at this point. It's not. But we've gotten to that point where if you have light in your area, like if you go to somebody's house now and
Yeah.
you see light. Okay, I went to my grandfather's house yesterday to pay him a visit, and it was like I was like, you guys are enjoying, no? It was like enjoying what? Do you know how many days we've stayed before the
Oh,
lights? I'm like,
chill.
Nigeria, my
It
country.
even looks like Calabar. You start looking for maybe if it was very affordable, to have houses in 3 points in 3 places entirely. So today, if there is light, say you pack over to this place. Tomorrow, if there's no light, you move to where there is light, and the other day you move to the other side where there is light. So with that, trust me, you're going to be enjoying 24/7 lights at one time. So when somebody calls you, do you have light? Say yes. Which location? You say Tagbo. You relocate to a Tagbo.
With your
Immediately
5K salary.
you see where the problem
Anyway,
is.
let us know what you're up to this morning and what the light situation in your area is. 0809 4444058. I'll take that again. 0809 4444058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, and we'll take it right here on the show. We're going on a music break right now, and I'll leave you in the hands of John Oga, Adekule Gold, and Simi. This one says Uncle Suru. Remember, today is Throwback Thursday, and we'll throw it all the way back to the old jams that you used to enjoy listening to. Do not move away from the radio set. We'll be back before you know it.
see? What can they see?
Whether
What
I
can they
want
see?
Naira, whether I want million, baby, you got me.
One Naira by Wajeh featuring MI. Welcome back from that music break. Time check is 52 minutes past the hour of 7. That song is actually a very solid classic because I used to listen to that song. I think that's one of the songs that I listened to from Wajeh aside her debut with P Square on Do Me. That's one of the songs I listened to, growing up. I actually do love Wajeh. Remember I said it's a throwback edition of the Morning Boss Show. My name remains Vine Henshaw. We also have Obi Thompson, and right now Sharon just joined us, and together we're going to ensure that we give you the best time this morning with the best of education, information, and entertainment 360. Good morning, Sharon, and welcome on the show.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning to everyone tuned in. I'm good. I'm actually good. I had fun yesterday, though.
Fun.
I had fun yesterday.
Okay, the karaoke thing. Yeah, I saw it on your
Yes.
status.
You guys, we did a Christian karaoke kind of thing.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. Let us establish something. Okay.
Yes.
Karaoke is karaoke. Whether
Yeah,
it's
it
gospel
was
song,
kind of tilted
whether
to
it's satanic
Christian.
song, whether it is whatever it is,
So,
karaoke is karaoke.
So actually, this is one of the things that actually made me, appreciate the mini family I have in my church community. So we did this thing. We've been on a long series where we have to be accountable to each other and all. And so we just decided that let's just take our time to rejuvenate. So we started with a worship session. And then we went over to karaoke. Mind you, the theme was bring anything you can bring to feast. Like we said feast out of like play. Or like bring anything you can bring. I came to this place.
What did
I was
you go
supposed to
with?
help.
What
Like,
did you go with?
Must you
Excuse
know?
me, I have to
You know I went something. Must you know what I went with? So basically, I was so shocked when Jesus, like I kept serving. People were like, "It's okay, please, please. You want to kill us with food? It's okay. Fruits, food, snacks, different assorted things. People cooked. People brought different things. People did fruit salad, parfait. A lot. We had a lot, and still left over actually because it was so nice.
Did you not carry any home?
No, I did not carry any home.
But, you've repented.
I did not
so soon.
repented. Ken. No, I don't carry takeaway plate home. I'm not that kind of person now. It's there.
No, it mustn't be takeaway.
No, it's
even
not.
if waterproof.
Most of the times they give me, they squeeze it to my hand. That's most of the time. I don't say I want to take this one home to who. I don't do that. I beg. So we had a lot of fun. I laughed, cried. In fact, I got there pissed, but because I was in that space, I kind of realized I had to take a moment to myself though. So I calmed down because and then it didn't take time. Like 4 to 5 persons knew that I was not in the right state of mind. So I had to take calm down first because when I'm angry, either I stay silent or I react very well. And I don't want that, outburst of reaction outside. It's not something I like. So I decided to just stay and relax first.
Okay.
Before I enter the place. And shout out to my family. Shout out to my small group family. You know, it's something when church nowadays, there's this kind of stigma that comes with it that churches are not what they seem to be and everything. But there's this sort of bond and unity amongst us, and it's something that I really thank God for. I'm grateful for. But besides that,
I think
I'm
you
good.
could say some churches because
Yes,
I know,
some.
because I know a lot of religious bodies that are so united in all things and are always there for each other when they have challenges and
But
concerns.
isn't that what
So
it's supposed to be at the end of the
that's
day?
what it's
Yeah.
supposed to be because Christ is the church and everyone's united for one purpose and all of that has to do with the Savior Jesus Christ. So I think with this,
I remember when I was in a particular church, and I wasn't really how do I explain this? I was the kind of person that when I finish from church, I want to go home. But these guys told me, see that lifestyle, you would drop it outside because they were after my life. They wanted to, be there for me. You know that point where you don't want anybody in your space, but they are forcing themselves
Same here.
into your space and ensure that you are fine, ensure that
Yeah.
everything around you is good.
Yeah.
And that's how it's supposed to be as a matter of fact, because as Christians, as brothers and sisters in the Lord, we're supposed to be there for each other. We're supposed to cater for each other. We're supposed to help each other when we are down and all of that. So big shout out to all the churches that ensure that there's unity, there's
Synergy
There's
amongst its
synergy,
members.
there's
Yeah.
a very strong bond, among their members. Anyway, how are you feeling this morning? Let us know. 0809 I'll take that again. 0809 Right now, we're moving straight to the weather focus segment right here on the Morning Buzz Show. Like I said, today is the 28th day in the month of May 2026. Now, today will be warm and humid with mostly cloudy skies and a chance of light rain or drizzle at times, especially later in the day. There's a moderate rain chance in the afternoon. Winds will be light. Now, in the morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., we'll have a very warm start with temperature ranging around 24 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius. It's going to be cloudy or partly cloudy. Now, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., it's still going to be cloudy and humidity will remain high. Now, the rain chance will be light and light drizzle possible towards late morning. And the tip for the morning is good time for errands before any heavier clouds build. Now, in the afternoon from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., we have midday peak temperature will be around 29 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Humidity will be high and muggy. Now, the skies will be cloudy with a higher chance of showers or drizzle in the early to mid afternoon. Now, the rain chance will be moderate, especially around 4 to 5 p.m. Now, in the evening from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., we have cloudy conditions continue with occasional light rain possible. Now, temperature will cool gradually to 27 or 26 to 27 degrees Celsius, but will still feel warm due to humidity. Now, the rain chance is going to be light showers may still occur after sunset. Now, the practical tip for today is carry an umbrella or a raincoat because light showers or drizzles are possible. Wear light, breathable clothes because humidity will be high and it will make it feel warmer. Now, stay hydrated if you'll be outdoors in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And that is the weather focus for you this morning.
All
Ensure
right.
that you plan accordingly. Ensure that you carry your umbrella. Like I've always said it on the show that my umbrella is part of. It has a self con, a permanent self con in my bag. It doesn't no move. How do they say? It's no leave, no transfer. It doesn't move away from my bag. So I implore you to also ensure that you carry your umbrella, your raincoat, whatever keeps you protected from the rain. Ensure that you go out with it every day because honestly, Calabar rain is very, very unpredictable. This minute it's sunny, the next minute, the very next minute, it's starting to rain. So ensure that you go out with things that protect you from the rain. And just like what Thompson said the other day, know all the junctions so that you can stand and seek shelter when the rain starts. I don't know how you're going to do that, but
You have to do it.
you'll figure
You
it
have no
out
choice.
because I don't know all the junctions in Calabar that would
Yeah.
start telling you. I don't even know streets in Calabar that much. There are times I'll hear certain streets, I'm like, inside this Calabar. Wow. There are lots of places that I'm so ignorant of. But hey, ensure that you know spots that you can stand and seek shelter when the
Yeah.
rain starts. We're going back to the music now, and I'll leave in the hands of Waje and Lira. This one says Mountain. Do not move away from your radio set. We'll be back before you know it. Mountain by Wajay featuring Lira. Welcome back from that short music break. That song is a little reminder that you can climb any mountain that comes your way. You are unstoppable. You have the ability to overcome anything that comes your way. It's still the Morning Bus Show right here on Unico 103.5 FM. Time check is 5 minutes past the hour of 8. And right now we're moving straight to the next segment of the show, which is the exchange rate segment. And Obi Thompson will be taking us through that segment of the show. Obi Thompson, let's have it.
Okay, just like you said, you're trying to climb a mountain. Yeah, so I have my backpack that looks like somebody who is how do they call it? Mountain hikes.
Hiking, yes.
Yeah, so usually when
Every time, whenever I see you with your bag, I'm like, where is this one going to go and hike? Because it looks like he's going for hiking. If you need to see the bag,
You- you
and
might-
there's
So
a
I
water
do-
bottle, there's everything that you need.
I don't
umbrella
envy you
and
because
my
I can't. The way I
my
fear
umbrella and
heavy
my
bags.
this thing.
The way I fear heavy bags.
Literally from far, you
yo,
think it's heavy.
You
but
know
it's
that
so
if,
light.
if it was a time,
I feel like your shoulders adapted.
no,
to
the
it,
thing is,
so,
I
like-
think if it was back in the day when we had suicide bombers, right?
I've
You
been
would be-
arrested, right?
Somebody would think you're a suicide bomber.
So usually when I pass through my street, that's one of the things that call a lot of persons to attention. But however, for you out there, don't forget that these are segments that helps you plan your money. Yeah, like we said, a lot of persons earn just 5,000 a
Thompson,
month.
leave this
And a lot
thing
of persons
now.
earn less than that.
Thompson,
A lot
leave
of
this
persons
thing.
get their
Chai.
salary that very day and it get finished. Do you
Oh,
know why?
shame.
Yeah, so it's because the exchange rate segment is up here for you, so you know how to plan your money. Yeah, my Monday salary, once it just arrived, bam, trust me, it stays there till the next month. I don't eat it, I don't touch it. So you can be
Okay,
like me.
okay.
Okay, so first of all, we start with the Danish krone. Don't forget that just one Danish krone is costing Nigeria 213 naira, and then one Swiss francs is costing Nigeria 1,740 naira. One Saudi real is costing Nigeria 363 naira, and then one West African sefer is costing Nigeria just 2 naira. One Japanese yen is costing Nigeria 8 naira, and then one Chinese yuan is costing Nigeria 201 naira. I think this particular currency have pleaded with naira, and as such, it has actually stepped down a little bit. But one South African rand is costing Nigeria 82 naira, and then £1 sterling is costing Nigeria 1,839 naira. I think this particular one, it's really tough. It's really tough on naira. Please, you have to calm down, be calming down. And then one euro is costing Nigeria 1,594 naira, and $1. The boss of them all is costing Nigeria 1,373 naira. So that's pretty much what we're doing from the exchange rate segment of the Morning Bus Show. My name is Obi Thompson.
All right, thank you very much, Thompson, for that one. You've heard it from Thompson this morning. That is the exchange rate segment. We're going back to the music at this point. When we come back, we're going to move straight to the national holiday segment right here on the Morning Buzz. I'll leave in the hands of Davido. This one says assurance. Do not move away from my radio set. I'll be back before you know it. And finally, he found his choma, and they are living happily ever after.
So for you out there, if you know, you know.
Anyway, that was Assurance by Davido. That's a throwback song, and it's so nice to see how far both of them have come, Davido and Choma. I mean, look, I'm looking at the song cover right now. I'm seeing a chef with the chef's hat and the chef's clothing. I'm like, wow, they've come really, really, really far. But let's be honest, this Choma's food. Aside Davido, who else they chop chef, no restaurant, no. Anyway,
Maybe it's private.
Chef Sherman, a private chef.
it's not me that said it all. No, be me talking it all.
I think specifically, Davido was really referring to her specifically that her own chef was just strictly for him alone. So,
Okay.
Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. Anyway, we're moving straight to the next segment of the show, which is the National Holiday segment right here on the Morning Buzz Show on Unico 103.5 FM. Now, the first holiday we have is World Hunger Day. World Hunger Day. Now, if you look at what is happening around the world, you would realize that there's so much hunger in the world today. And with UN's efforts, with other organizations' efforts to curb world hunger, turns out that world hunger is still persisting. Sometimes when you go around Calabar and you see the number of street children that are out there, and you ask yourself, if me, I'm working, I'm still, there are some days I'll just tell myself, you know what, let me not have anything to eat. And there are people out there that actually don't have anything to eat. There are, refugees, there are, displaced people rather. We have street kids, that are out there and don't have anything to eat. And it's just so sad to see that, as a country, there's nothing really done about world hunger. Let's even leave world hunger. Let's talk about the hunger in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians are hungry. That's why sometimes, right? As much as I want to judge some people, I really can't because of the amount of hunger that we have in this country. When some politicians, come and share 5 cups of rice, 2 cubes of seasoning, 2 seasoning cubes, salt and all of that, people take it and sell their votes. To an extent, I don't blame them because there's so much hunger in Nigeria. There's so much people. Because you have to eat doesn't mean every other person has to eat. That's the sad and crazy reality.
Yeah.
Because you have food in abundance doesn't mean another person does have food in abundance. There are people that are walking around and they are not sure of their very next meal. And it's so crazy. It's very, very crazy. Unlike some people like Thompson that they have a bag of rice in their houses. It's just there.
The funny thing is, even some students, there are some students that they rather pay their school fees and drink Gary. For some, they don't have the Gary to even drink.
See, if you have Gary to drink,
if you need
that's
Gary,
something.
just DM me. If you need Gary rice, DM me. I want to solve this part of now. That's exactly why I love this team. The team of this year World Hunger Day. So it has to do with the end of hunger is in our hands. So it is in my hands to ensure that we end hunger, and that's why I don't play with it. But then again, I think there's one other thing I love about this particular holidays. First of all, it has to do with countries with highest concern of hunger is Sudan, occupied by Palestinians territories in South Sudan, Haiti, Mali, Yemen, and Afghanistan. But we also have countries with very high concern. That's why they used to say a country of particular concern.
Now we know.
So Democratic Republic of Congo, Myanmar, Nigeria, Somalia, and Syria. Now, if you look at this kind of countries, you could see that these are countries that are prone, like, I don't know, is it infested or what, to terrorism, to banditry, kidnapping, corruption, total corruption, like 100% corruption. But we also have other places like hotspots like Burkina Faso. We have Chad, Kenya, Rwandans, refugees of Bangladesh, and all of that. Now, if you look at all of these countries, please, you can just single-handedly pick out Nigeria out of it because of what? The resources, the manpower, and everything that we have, the skills that we have. But I just still wonder why we are finding ourselves in this kind of calamity.
Just in Cross River State, the kind of food that we
can produce
in Cross River State alone
is enough.
When you travel, you see
different varieties.
You see mass of land, and you see the kind of things that are being cultivated on those lands, and you ask yourself, wait, and there's hunger
in this place.
Like it's really crazy. You see yam, you will see the plantations, you will see banana. I saw a
Yeah.
banana plantation when I was traveling somewhere in Cross River State. I can't
Yes,
remember
that
the
is
local government.
EBI. That is Biafra local government.
Jesus,
That's Biafra
you would
local
not
government.
believe that we have something like that in Cross River State.
Yeah.
Do you know the funny thing? We have soil. Some people are looking. You know, that some developed countries that don't have soil. So what they do is they do. How do they call that thing again? Something farms. They would import loamy soil, like treated soil, in an enclosed area. I think it's urban farms or something. They will do it in an enclosed area, and then those places have stacks. It's like a warehouse here, but the soils are in one side, and so they will provide light, adequate light for the plants to grow.
Okay.
There's definitely breeze. Definitely, and they will monitor this particular so that they'll be able to produce food for them to eat. In other developed countries, we are still developing, we have soil. The average cross Riverian can plant has a small farm
Yeah.
as their backyard, because I know that if you have a house to yourself, they would definitely not want to just use it for just to build the house. Some houses in coming from where I'm coming from, yeah, there's no space in Lagos. Do you understand? And coming to Cross River State here, now seeing that you will hardly find a compound that is cemented, that is flawed. There's always soil somewhere to plant something. And so it's very shocking that even the common man cannot, take from these some of their resources that they have and give to people that don't have them. Most of the times when I saw a boy when I came down from the bus, I was supposed to walk down from the roundabout to my house. I saw a boy lying down in between the demarcation from the road. So him lying down there, he looked so tired, hungry. I stared at him for a bit, and that was the time I didn't have money. I was like, yo, this is paining me that I cannot help this particular person, because he was lying down there. It was limp. It was just there. I think he slept there or something, but it was very limp. Some of them actually, you can barely know the one to trust. But the way he was looking, looked so limp, like he needed food, and people were just passing, doing their own thing. I think I was one of the people that actually stared at him. I kept staring at him. I was like, God, I can't do anything about this situation. Help this child, because it's now becoming so bad in a country that is known for rich agricultural resources.
I was passing when I was going to Abuja one time by road. I passed Benue State. I'm like, wow, I see why they're called the food basket of the nation.
Yeah.
Jesus, there's so much food there. People are planting. In fact, as a matter of fact, their culture is agriculture in Benue State. They plant a lot of things in Benue State, and that's just Benue. I don't know about other places in Nigeria that they plant a lot
We
of
travel
things,
to
and
the northern
somehow
part of
exactly,
Nigeria.
but somehow there's still intense hunger, and it's not like the hunger is just a little bit. There's intense hunger
And
in the
insecurity
country.
is adding to it, because
Yes.
when somebody will comfortably come out to their farm to farm and then go, because farming was, I think old agriculture was a very good source of livelihood then. You will read in books that Eke went to the farm with his mother.
Yes.
Kunle went to the farm with his mother. Ada went to the farm. That kind of thing. We read different books that depicted that we had agriculture as one of our main sources of revenue. Now, like this, if a lowly farmer wants to come out and farm, they don't know the next thing that they're going to see, whether it's herdsmen, whether it's terrorists, bandits that just want to come and terrorize them. Then how would that kind of person have the boldness to come outside again?
And farm. True.
Do you understand? So now, instead of coming outside to farm, they would want to be managing the resources that they have, so that they will not have to face such unsafety on the farm. So insecurity is adding another one to this, because now we are managing resources that we could normally farm for, because of how afraid some people have become in terms of farming and everything. Benue State, all the northern states in Nigeria, are one of states that are very vulnerable to all these attacks. Not like somewhere like here that Cross River is another. I feel like Cross River is another country in Nigeria, because we barely see all these things happen. We are checkmating different things, different government lapses and everything, but insecurity has not really come out as one of the problems that Cross River has. And so that's why it still pains me that there's still street people, there's still street children outside, and we are known to be hospitable
There's
states.
a ranking I saw where it says that Cross River ranked lowest in terms of safety. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm still trying to gather the facts. It was very funny to see, but we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Anyway, the next national holiday we have is National Hamburger Day, or World Burger Day. Have you ever had hamburger, Thompson?
No,
It's fact that you asked Thompson.
no.
I know my people, so
The
you've
one,
not
the
you've
one
not
I
had.
had was split burger, not
Eh?
hamburger.
I not say hand, I say ham.
That's what I'm
Ham is
saying
a
now.
part of meat of beef. Oh, you're such a local man, Thompson. Anyway, today is National Hamburger.
There is one. Is it buns? How do they call this? In form of egg roll, like fish pie and all of those things. And so when
You're
the guy
calling
cut it,
different snacks. Like
No, let him
Eh.
let him finish. Let him
so when
finish.
the guy broke it, he saw those small fish, that looks like
But
crayfish. So
okay.
they were stocked inside, and then the guy was like, "No, now bakers, these guys can do more better now." So you open it like this. So I was like, "This is the type I really love. This is the type of fish pie I really love
Whenever
to
we talk
eat."
about food, there's something you do. You always traumatize me.
Honestly.
Every time food is being talked about on this show, you traumatize me. But anyway, today is National Hamburger Day. If you're a fan of burger, go out there and indulge. There's a particular burger brand that I'm praying so hard that it comes to Calabar. You know that burger brand, Sharon.
Yeah. I think I
I
can place
hope
it.
if people are hearing me, please I will not mention the name, but please come
There's
to
this one I
our
tasted
rescue
in-
because
this one I tasted
burger
in
in this
Calabar
town. Oh Jesus.
No, I just said one good one in Calabar though. Like I was even surprised because I was not a fan of burger to start with. But when I tasted it, I was like, it's actually very, very nice. My friend actually was one that encouraged me to taste it. I was like, it was very, very, very nice. I'm not
And
going to call their
again,
name too.
people restaurants or fast food in Calabar, hamburger goes with fries.
Yes,
Hello.
actually, yes. They
On a
served it
straight
with
line.
fries. They served it with fries and ketchup. Like it was in a full box.
Mm.
And I was like, well, this is worth it because the kind of bad character. I think I told you about it now.
Yeah.
Kind of bad character experience. I was like, it's worth it.
Okay.
Just it's because
If I would just carry bread from one bakery and just cut
it's
it and
a burger special. No,
Some-
it depends. If you want burger special, yeah, there's different thing. But you put the burger, you put fries, you put ketchup. Yes, inside everything together. There's this fancy is it chopstick.
Yeah.
So they will just place it inside the burger. Like, it looks so nice.
Well,
Very, very nice.
if you're a burger fan, ensure that you indulge in burger today because today is World Burger Day. Well, that's much can take on the national holiday segment. Today on the Morning Bus Show, we're going back to the music. When we come back, we're moving straight to the health and wellness segment. I'll leave in the hands of a whiskey. This one says, "Holla at your boy." To number away from a radio set, we'll be back before you know it.
I pop my bottles. I pop my models. If you see me drive by, I've got more swag. I pop my bottles, chilling with models. Oh, na na na. Oh, na. If I leave you, now you are go run back to.
Like I Do by Fireboy DML. Welcome back from that music break. Time check is 29 minutes past the hour of 8, and it's still the Morning Bell Show right here on Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it ADU Infotainment. And right now, we're moving straight to the next segment of the show, which is the health and wellness segment. And Sharon will be taking us through the health and wellness segment as always. Sharon, take it away.
So there's one holiday that we forgot to mention. It's World Menstrual Hygiene Day, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, Menstrual Health Day. And I think we were having a conversation before we came back on air, yeah, that some ladies are still embarrassed and ashamed that they actually go through this particular part of their cycle called menstruation.
I'll never understand why.
I will understand why, because I was in the same, I was in the same circle of thought before I came to realize this is actually a thing of pride. It's a thing to show that you are not pregnant at the wrong time.
Excuse me,
It's
why is that the
also-
first thing on the list?
Yes, because when you know something, when you have some girls have made mistakes, and then the next day when they finally see their cycle, they're like, "There's this calm, this wave of calm, this wave of calm." I've heard of
So
stories
men
close
have
to
made
me.
mistake. Okay.
I've heard of stories
Mhm.
where, because you know how that's why we encourage abstinence, because when you engage in that particular activity, it messes up your cycle entirely. And then what's supposed to come by, let's say on the 28th day, it stretches for like a full week. And then you'll be wondering whether you have actually made a very huge mistake that has like the consequences. But that's not the line we're going towards now. Menstruation is not a thing of shame, it's a thing of pride. It's to show that you have grown into an elegant young woman, you've grown into a matured young woman. It's a thing to show that yes, you are mature. To the teenage girls that feel like it is a thing of shame, they think to be embarrassed by, please do not feel that way. It's a thing of pride to know that yes, I have finally matured into a lady. And because you've matured into a lady now, you should be more conscious of yourself, because if you do not take care of yourself properly, if you are not hygiene conscious, like more hygiene conscious during this time, it could now lead to the embarrassing one where you have stains, you have different odors oozing out, which you do not want. So as much as possible, we're going to talk on good menstrual hygiene. And then to the guys that they make girls feel uncomfortable. I had a situation when I was in secondary school. It was not with me, Sha. Because it's not even possible. It was not with me. It was with another classmate of mine. So this particular guy, yeah, he's a very, very lousy person. He was a very lousy person, though. And
Was a very loud person. Lousy doesn't mean loud,
no,
unfortunately.
he was a very lousy person. Lousy,
Okay.
not loud. He was also loud too, but he was very lousy. The lousiness was one that irritated me more, because at that age, at like my teenage age, I knew that there are some things that are not, there's some behaviors that are not supposed to be seen in a person. It was to the point where most of our teachers didn't like him at all. If he does any small mistake like this and annoys one teacher, something that you would pardon the child for, teachers will send him out because they don't like how he behaves. Now, he noticed a slight spot of blood on this girl's uniform. And that's how our uniform is, yeah. It will not show like that, yeah. It's only when you want to look well, or maybe your eyes just meet that place. That's when you will know.
Sorry to cut you cut you.
Mm.
Is it just me, or it's ridiculous to make uniform for secondary school girls all white?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Actually.
Thank you very much. Let's continue.
It's very ridiculous. Mine wasn't white. It was, we wore plaid. Is it plaid? Check skirts,
Okay.
skirt, brown
Mm.
design check skirts, and cream shirts. So that's how it was.
Okay.
Basically, it was elegant to a certain extent. My mom didn't like it at all. My mom was like, "It's ugly." I was like, "Okay."
Some uniform is actually really ugly.
Brutal honesty. I was telling you. She said it was ugly. Now, it was not. It's not easy to notice a spot of blood on uniform, but he noticed it. Do you know what he did? He was like, "Her name is Nicole." I was like, "Nicole, go and clean up yourself, Joe." Shouted it. I was like, I just looked. I was like, "Are you kidding?" I was like, "Are you kidding? You
But
actually did that."
What do you think was the cause of him doing something like that?
He was irritated. He
Why?
showed this level of it. I don't know. He showed this level of irritation.
Or don't you think that there's a gap in terms of knowledge and orientation? Because before now, there was this thing that when you're orientating people about menstrual hygiene, you just orientate women
The
and
women.
leave the men.
Yeah.
Forgetting that the men also exist with women, and if men are informed and orientated about how to handle certain things about menstruation, they can actually aid the women. They can actually give them a safer and more conducive environment.
You know, it wasn't a thing then.
It wasn't. That's what I said back then. It wasn't anything, but thank God for advancements. Thank God for innovation. Now we incorporate both the male and the female and orientate them about menstrual hygiene.
Because I mean, when they're doing reproductive health in SS3,
It's
it's
for
SS3 they should do it.
everybody.
It should, everybody, male and female, have the males with their own things that they handle,
Yeah.
and women with their own. Everybody learns it at once because
And everybody
you
should
tell
know
me-
what happens to the other.
Exactly. So when he did that thing, I was so irritated. And then there was a particular sanitary pad company that came to our school. Then they just called the girls, and then they
Yeah.
shared pads. Then my class did this thing. She came back. Girls were trying to hide their own pads, and the fact that they gave us pads. This girl waved it in the air and was saying the name of the brand, the brand's
Slogan.
the brand's quip line or something like that. It was waving it. I was like, "Can you see the game?" I was like, "Why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this?" I didn't even realize that it wasn't a thing to be ashamed of then. So to every guy listening to me, this is more easy to respect the female gender. To the ones that are the misogynistic human beings, this is more easy to respect the female gender because what we go through in that time. You see, they say cramps. Research says that cramps are equal to heart attack. The pains of cramps are equal to a heart attack. So imagine having a heart attack for 5 good days. Imagine, because 5 to 6, some people actually experience till 7. Funny enough. So it's something to respect the female gender for. Now, for the ladies, menstrual hygiene is a very, very important part of health and well-being, overall health and well-being, because there's the thing about the body, how God created this. If one organ has an issue, all parts of the body feels it. If you have cramps, you definitely, it's not just pain. Sometimes you may feel bloated, sometimes you may feel irritated for some weird reason. That's why most of the times when girls go through this, they want to stay at home because they don't want to get pissed off. Some would have mood swings, some would just be tired. Like, I'm one of the persons that would just sit down. I mean, just slouch on there and relax there, just collapse there and stay, because I'll be so tired, very, very tired. And that's why I don't want anybody to come and meet me, to tell me, "Sharon, do this, do that." I'll be very, very irritated. So I would want to just be left alone to relax. So proper care during menstruation helps prevent infections, discomfort, unpleasant odor, and skin irritation, while also boosting confidence and comfort. We realize that when you have good menstrual hygiene, you can comfortably come outside in your fine clothes to actually, do whatever you're doing with confidence, and you'll be comfortable. Because good hygiene brings comfort. So one way of ensuring good menstrual hygiene is by changing your sanitary product regularly, whether you're using tampons, menstrual cups, pads. Pads are the ones that are, common, yeah. So whether you're using pads, make sure that you change them regularly and dispose properly. Please.
That is where the problem is.
Properly. Please. We had this thing here. If there's some people that are not that don't have access to burning their own. So one of the things that principal told us was that when you're done, you wash out the blood and then you wrap it and then you dispose. That's what she taught us.
How feasible
My
is
mom
that?
was like, You will burn your
But it doesn't sound like something that
It's
is
feasible.
obtainable. Yes, it's not feasible.
And then also, it's also very, very stressful. And it
Mm.
can also, because some ladies that don't like the sight of
Yes.
blood, so it can irritate some. So if you can, please burn it.
Mm.
Burn it. A pad left too long becomes a tiny festival ground for bacteria and can also irritate you too. Because when the skin rubs off on rubber for too long, because that thing is made up of different synthetic fibers and all. Some feels like as if it's nylon that you're wearing. So when it rubs on your body too much, it starts irritating you. Wash the genital area properly without soap, please. Ordinary water, please. Because if you use soaps, if you use all the scented soaps, it kind of changes the whole environment. It disengages the entire environment and makes things turn to chaos. Because that place is supposed to be in a natural pH. The environment is supposed to be acidic to an extent. There's how it is. There's how it's supposed to be. There's a specific pH for it. And if you use all those type of those soaps, it kind of distorts the pH in that environment, and then that's when you have infections like yeast infections, because most of the times you have just scattered how that place is supposed to be.
Sometimes
And
I am pissed as to why people would lie and mislead people. You see brands tell you, oh, this is scented soap for there, yada yada yada. It will smell like this, smell like that. What you know that you're lying.
I've
Like, you
seen-
clearly know that you were lying.
I've
You're
seen
not
a
supposed to
lot.
use water. And aside the whole pH thing, it can be cancerous at the same time. So please do not use water. So do not use scented soap. Just use water. That's all you need. Water. That's all. And people fail to understand that there are certain parts of our bodies that have their own kind of smell.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. It just has its own kind of smell. All you have to do
Natural,
is
yeah.
just use water down there and make sure it's clean. That's all you need to
you know,
do.
the funny thing, they are being posted on major social media platforms. I'm
I
like,
see them.
people did not see this one to take down. Like, there's no regulation for it. You did not see take down. So there's one lady that did it. She was advertising scented soaps. I
Yeah.
went to the comment section. Somebody was like saying, when will I get it? When will I get it? I saw a very sensible person, a medical person. That was like, this thing you are doing is misleading people.
You're misleading people.
I just
clearly.
said it out. I
And
was
you
like,
know
thank
it.
you. Because I was trying to pick my words to see whether somebody had said something.
Yeah.
And I did and liked it. I was like, because why are you misleading people like this? And some ladies have bought it and they are still using it. Because there's no how they tell me that, okay, it has completely gone out of it. There's some people that are still marketing the thing. There's people that are still using it. Please, just use water. Do not use scented soaps, please, or perfumes or whatever. Please avoid them.
What?
Use clean and safe menstrual materials. Avoid dirty clothes. See, anything that will give you discomfort. Dirty clothes, wrappers, your beddings, your underwear, even clothes. There's some clothes you don't wear when you're on your menstrual cycle. My mom would always encourage me to wear dark clothes. Dark, so that in case there's a stain, you can know what to do. You can easily know what to do from there in case there's a stain. So as much as possible, use clean and safe menstrual materials. Wash hands before and after changing your sanitary pads, because hands can carry germs. Wash with soap and water before changing. I mean, this should not be a negotiable thing. You should know that you're supposed to wash your hands because you've handled something like that. Dispose of used products properly. Do not flush pads down the toilet. Use covered bins when possible. Keep the environment clean. Good hygiene actually tells good of you. Because when somebody enters your room and they have seen that, okay, it's properly arranged. That's how it is. You don't dispose things that are not supposed to be. Things that are not supposed to be here and not there. It tells good of you as a lady. Wear clean and comfortable underwear should not be a thing of discussion. Avoid overly tight ones, and then change the underwear daily. Keep the area dry to prevent irritation and fungal infection. Because I said earlier on in one health awareness segments that fungi thrives in moisture. So as much as possible, keep the area dry. Stay hydrated and eat nutritious food. Healthy eating can help reduce menstrual discomfort. Now, I know that menstruation comes with its own cravings. Sometimes when you would just be here, I'll be craving something bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Like this one, it was so simple. It was mostly cream crackers. I ate like up to like 20 something cream crackers for like 2 days.
You're a thief. That's all I can say.
That was what I was craving. I was like, Joe, why, Lord, why? Because I was confused. And there was a particular one where it was just a particular sweet. One particular sweet. I would buy like a couple and sit down, watch movies. When I'm comfortable, when I've already like washed up and everything, I've sat down, I'm comfortable, I'll watch a movie to forget that I have cramps. I watch a movie and then start taking it in. But please, I'm here to tell you that taking too much sugar is not good for you. It's not good for your cramps. It will make it worse. But then some people will not hear me. It's their cravings they will hear more than it. Some people will not hear me. It's their cravings they will hear more. In case you're tempted to take too much sugar, please overcome the temptation. Except you want to experience the cramps that would leave you in the hospital, that would make you want to go to the hospital to actually check yourself. So helpful foods include fruits and vegetables, iron-rich foods, because you're losing blood, so you definitely need more iron to recover the lost blood. Fish, eggs, and nuts, and plenty of water. Good nutrition supports energy levels and helps replace nutrients lost during menstruation. Also, track your menstrual cycle. Although we have ones that are very regular, we have ones that come instead of 28 days, they come 30 something days, or they come 37 to 31 to 37 days. Please track your menstrual cycle as possible. If you feel like you're on this irregular, you know how to easily track it. Then there are also some ladies that instead of experiencing 5 days, it's towards 7 days. Shout out to us. Shout out to us. So use a calendar, use a period tracking app. I don't really trust those things though.
I know.
I don't trust those things though.
Some people do, and it's actually
Works for them.
Exactly for some. But I'm still a person that I have a very regular cycle. So there's how it is for me. I don't trust them most of the times. I downloaded it one time like that, and it was showing me a different thing. I was like, but this is not what I can't see. This one I'm not going to. I just deleted it. I go and get deleted it.
Uninstall and download another one until you get the one that suits.
But there are some that you have to pay for.
And those are the original ones, so pay for it.
No. No. I'm already going through a lot. My accounts cannot go through a lot too.
Okay.
Pay what?
You see why some people
And most of the time it's
5,000
in
a
dollars.
month.
Most times it's in dollars. So like I should now convert it from naira to dollar. Let's say $7 naira. $7 now in naira. Is what?
That should be around 10,000.
It's more than
Imagine.
no.
Slightly more than
more than-
10,000.
It's more than 18,000.
It can't be 18,000 naira.
Go check it. $1.
Hey, you know exchange rates now.
That's what I'm
Exchange
saying. It's more than $1.
Hey, imagine this. Like imagine me
Okay.
spending that much of money. I rather used to eat.
Okay.
Anyway, seek medical attention when necessary. For extremely painful periods, very heavy bleeding. There's on every sanitary pad you see light, you see medium, you see heavy. Now, if it's too heavy to the point where you feel very, 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 very weak, instead of just feeling, a mild sense of weakness, please go to the hospital. You don't pass menstrual phase. I beg, go to the hospital. Also, in case you experience foul smelling discharge, missed periods repeatedly. And some ladies that they will see their period in January, then in March. February, there's nothing there. Then in March. There's sometimes when the period shifts over time. So as much as possible, that's why you monitor them. Monitor them in your calendar. When do you see this? You type it on your calendar. Then when you see it, when it finishes, you mark it on your calendar to count the days so that you know when to expect it and you know how to prepare for it.
And also activities. Sometimes, based on the activities that a lot of ladies, engage themselves in.
Yes.
So, and then that such thing can also happen.
Cause a shift.
Yeah.
Also, report if there's severe itching or irritation. These may indicate infections or other health conditions. Important, good menstrual hygiene helps to prevent infections, reduce odor and discomfort. It improves confidence, protects reproductive health, because this particular cycle, it's also in line with ovulation too. And the luteal phase are different phases that work hand in hand to make sure that your reproductive health is A-okay. And then there are also different hormones that also work with the same, that also help these phases to work the way they're supposed to work. So if you keep proper hygiene, in fact, as a lady, if you keep proper hygiene, your reproductive health is not compromised. It protects your reproductive health and also protects your overall well-being. To the ladies that, like I said before, to the ladies that feel like it's embarrassing, it is not embarrassing. it shows that you have come into to be a matured lady, and as such, it's something that you should be actually proud of. It's something that you should be proud of, and you should
Yeah.
take with joy and confidence, and also be bold about it too. To the guys too, I want to just give you like short things that ladies experience. So for every lady, there are different symptoms. Well, like that different, you would experience premenstrual symptoms. Some come with pain, some come with excessive pain before they meet menstruation. Then there's also postmenstrual cramps. There's also ovulation cramps too. They are different. There are other different ones. So there are different phases that we go through. There's the menstrual phase, there's the ovulation phase, there's the luteal phase. Other one you research on it, because if I start elaborating on it, it's very, very long. It took me a long time to learn that thing in anatomy. We did embryology. It was anatomy. So I'm going to give you like short things that girls experience, that ladies experience. Now, for every lady, there are different pains. Some ladies can experience bloating. Some ladies can experience swelling in different places of their body. Some women can experience tender breasts and painful too. Yes. Some women experience cramps that is like as if they are sewing your abdomen. Yes. Some women experience excessive tiredness, mood swings, constipation, flatulence. A lot. There are a lot of things. It depends on who you are. I have this friend that once it's time for her menstrual cycle, her eyes start swelling. Immediately, her eyes start swelling, and then it becomes hard to open her eyes. So she just takes her time to relax. She tell them from work that I am not feeling fine. I want to relax. That's how her own is. Very, very intense. Most of the time, she can't even speak. She just lies on her bed, all limp and everything. I was opportune to like keep her company at home, because she was like, she wanted to talk to someone, but she didn't know who to talk to, and my call came in. So she just ended up dissing me for like an hour plus, and I was like, as long as you are good, I'm good. I'm talking to you. And I had that time that day, as I remember how to call her. Then I have other of my friends that if they don't take painkillers, it's going to make them feel like they're going to run mad. As how excessive the cramps are. And this is one thing that I heard a lot. As stuff that a white guy said, that black ladies can withstand pain more than the white ladies. And it's not supposed to be that way, though, because we are all still ladies at the end of the day. But I feel like because of what we experience, because the average white lady can just experience 4 days, while we can experience 5 to 7 days. And then I said that that's been proven that black ladies are stronger than white ladies, and so because of that, I think in the olden days they barely used anesthesia for black women. Last time that racism was really a thing then, so they barely used anesthesia for black women. But it should be nullified, please. What we go through is not something to be doing to prove strength or whatever. It's something that it attracts respect, yes, but it's not something. We're not trying to prove that we're stronger than anybody. We just want to go through it in peace. You want to go through it in peace. And the funny thing is that we're going through all these things and you're expected to smile at work in the morning. Imagine, you're expected to smile at work in the morning. You're supposed to say hi. You're expected to smile when this guy I don't know about is telling me, smile now. You
Well, at the end
frown
of the
too
day, I
much.
spoke about adaptability. I just feel like, things like this, because of how frequent it occurs every month. I just think, now, this is not any form of disrespect, but I just think that some ladies have become, used to it, that it doesn't really distract them from work as much. I know lots of ladies that still, work effectively
Yeah.
when they are
I could
seeing
work,
the
you will not
cycle.
know.
Exactly,
Except I tell
because your body is now used to. Some people, their body can never get used to it. Just like your friend that you said, her body swells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She
At
can
that
never
point,
get
how
used
do
to
we
it.
know? Or should we give you people handband go or hair tie, specific thing to put it in your eyes so that we know that
I feel like what would help would
So
just
that-
be you guys behaving yourselves sometimes.
No,
Honestly.
I'm always
And then
behaving.
reading the
but-
room.
I'm always well behaved.
And then reading the
Sorry.
room also. You can
I'm
observe
always-
somebody.
Let
Exactly.
me put it out there. I'm always well
You
behaved.
can know that some guys are very, very annoying. They can come as temptation to you. You can read the room or look at his specific face. Before I approach you, I'll look at you first. There's some people that have very unreadable expressions. Do you understand? But there's people that the expressions are reading on their faces that they are not fine. Do you understand? They are not fine. I can understand that my
So what if at
relaxation
that point in
face.
time the person is coming to give you comfort?
Hey, that's different now. Just how you come
Yeah,
to give comfort now.
So first of all, if the person is not coming in the way you feel, yeah, you could just please excuse me and walk past. Don't expect people to read
Well, you know
your
that she
expressions
just
and
said
all of that.
something.
However,
During that time, there's so much emotion.
Exactly.
But how would the
Emotions
other
and
person
all.
know? That is another thing. So do you carry your
Read the
That's what I'm saying.
room.
That's
Observe.
okay, so those persons should be those you are acquainted to, first of all.
Yes.
Fine, that's okay. Now, those you are acquainted to, those who know when it happens and how
No,
you
no, no, no,
behave.
no, no. See,
And
I'll
then
say something.
secondly, because if you walk on the road, I'm saying because it's gonna be happening. Okay, somebody will definitely want to stop you. Somebody want to talk to you and all of that. You didn't expect the person to know what you're going down deep
See,
there.
Thompson,
So
I know
however,
a
because
normal.
of time-
Somebody
Wait.
says, okay, you say hi to someone, the person like hi, and you want to start a conversation. The person tells you, oh, I'm not in the mood for this. I'm
Fine,
walking
walk away. Simple. Just walk
There's
away.
some guys that don't come like
Would
that.
you allow the person?
Do you understand?
Some people will not allow.
Some
they'll still
guys
want to
do not
bother you.
come
Tell the
like
person
that.
I am not in the mood.
So
They'll
that,
still
no, no,
bother
no.
you.
So-
It does.
They'll
It's not
still
even
bother
some
you.
guys
Yeah.
that are very nice.
Yeah.
I give them credit for that. There's some guys who come like that. They'll
Okay.
come with, fine girl, how are you now? How are you doing now?
Why are you
They'll
not
they'll
touching?
They'll start
Why are you not
touching you.
smiling?
It's the touching
I
that
beg, go
gets me.
safe. You're
And
not even
also,
that
I
start
fine.
touching
think
you.
if it even goes to that point, it means you'll not be going to Wat Market or going to Mara Market.
Ah,
because-
God, what? I've hit somebody in
Okay,
Wat
so
before.
you can imagine
Oh,
what that
somebody
means.
harassed
So
me,
let's
you
not even
guys.
go there. Let's not
Hey,
even go there.
I'm not a
Tomorrow.
woman, no. I'm not a, but a woman harassed me yesterday. I went to the market to go and buy something in peace. This woman now held me on my hand. I was now
Come
dragging
and
her. No, I wasn't even come and buy you. She was just dragging me and calling me without what. I had to just yank my hand. I was like,
Listen,
What are you saying?
See, actually, I've hit somebody. You know those guys that used to sell shoes.
Yeah.
One did me like this. One dragged me like this. Like, you people should leave me alone. No. Leave me. I was doing all calm and everything. I switched to the Lagos Agbero voice like this. They left me.
So you
I
see-
said, what nonsense is that?
You see why sometimes a lot of persons will have to meet some persons and say, fine girl, how you doing now? And then put all of those kind of slangs.
Actually, if
But
you approach me,
I
I know
think-
that you're very
I think I love this year's theme for Menstrual Hygiene Day that has to do with Together for Period Friendly World. So for me, I think I go with that. So let's live in peace and don't stigmatize our beautiful girls and
Also,
sisters
guys
out
should
there.
know how to approach ladies on the road.
all right, that's the much can take on the health and wellness segment. This is not love and relationship. When you get to hook, line, and sinker, you can talk to yourselves how to
Yes.
approach each other. Well, we're going back to the music now. And after that, the news flash by 9 a.m. will come up. Right after the news flash, the morning bus show continues. I will leave in the hands of Omaomi. This one says, if you ask me, do not move away from a radio set. We'll be back before you know it.
Olufumi by Style Plus. Welcome back from that break. Time check is 8 minutes past the hour of 9, and it's still the Morning Bus Show right here on Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it Edu Infotainment. Right now, we're moving straight to the next segment of the show, which is the People and Culture segment. And Sharon will be taking us through that segment of the show. Sharon, take it away.
Okay, today's people and culture segment, we're going to be talking about Wole Soyinka. And in case you don't know, let me describe him.
It's just the hair. Just the hair.
The
Is just
hair.
the hair does
The white
it.
The white hair does this. Now, Wole Soyinka is one of Africa's most celebrated writers, dramatists, poets, and political activists. Known for his sharp intellect, powerful storytelling, and fearless criticism of injustice, he became the first African to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1986. His work blends African tradition, history, politics, and modern ideas into literary thunderbolts that still echo across classrooms, theaters, and political discussions worldwide. Wole Soyinka was born on July the 13th, 1934, in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria. He was born to a Yoruba family and grew up in an environment that valued education and discipline. His father was a school headmaster, while his mother was a trader and activist. He attended Government College, Ibadan, and later studied English literature at the University College, Ibadan, before continuing his studies at the University of Leeds in England. Soyinka's writing career spans drama, poetry, novels, essays, memoirs, and his works often explore corruption, oppression, colonialism, culture, and human freedom. Some of his notable works include The Interpreters, Ake, The Years of Childhood, The Man Died, Death and the King's Horseman. I think I've seen this one before. The Lion and the Jewel. His plays are famous for combining Yoruba mythology with modern political and social themes. Reading Soyinka can feel like walking through a forest where philosophy, culture, and protest drums all beat at once. Beyond literature, Soyinka became known for speaking against dictatorship and injustice in Nigeria. During the Nigerian Civil War, he called for peace and was imprisoned by the military government for nearly 2 years. Throughout his life, he remained outspoken against corruption, human rights abuses, and poor governance. His activism made him both admired and controversial. In 1986, Wole Soyinka won the Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Prize in Literature, excuse me. The Nobel Committee recognized him for his wide cultural perspective and poetic drama. This achievement placed Nigeria and Africa prominently on the global literary map. Wole Soyinka's influence extends far beyond books and theatre. He inspired generations of African writers, intellectuals, and activists. His works are studied in universities around the world and continue to shape conversations about freedom, identity, culture, and justice. Now, besides being known as a literary icon, he made the history of cultism. Now,
Of
cultism,
fraternity.
cultism wasn't what it was before.
Yes.
It was people that was due to different interests that made cultism what it is now. He created cultism, a cult, because of the fact that then they were experiencing a lot of civil rights abuse, and they were trying that cultism was made to checkmate the deeds of the government. Now it became something else when people wanted different things, and it really caused serious strife and conflict and chaos. And so that's why different people, different of these confraternities were found.
Mm.
And that's what caused serious issues, and that's what caused strife. So there was only one set of cultism and it was the Pirate Confraternity. That was the first modern confraternity, and it was formed at the University College Ibadan, now the University of Ibadan, by Wole Soyinka and 6 other students. It was meant to fight colonialism, elitism, tribalism, while promoting African culture and social justice. Because of the rivalry for supremacy, and the use of members for military regimes, and these politicians were using them for thuggery also. So there was very rampant violence caused by this particular confraternity, and the founding members graduated from the Paris confraternity. They started making other ones like the Buccaneers, um the neo black movement, that's the Black Axe. So that's when it became
Chaos.
chaos. But he founded it with those 6 other students to fight colonialism and all. And it's very sad that he turned to something else. When I found out, like when I was little, I was like, are you serious? Well, this is actually wow. Like I would never have guessed that he was part of the people that established cultism, confraternities and all. But it's sad.
At
But
the end of the day,
history still
trust Nigerians to always take things out of context.
Yeah.
history still writes, history still remembers that this was for a good cause and not a bad cause.
And he's
so
also
respect
yes,
Onyeka.
he's also the first African and only Nigerian to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. He's a Nobel laureate. He's the only Nigerian and first African to win that prize.
For
I
now.
mean,
For now. No,
it's been long
There's
enough,
faith.
so somebody else should have won.
Yes, there's faith. I have faith in Nigerian writers and authors actually. The poets, spoken words artists. I have much faith in them because we have a lot of potential.
Okay, no problem. That's so much can take.
But before you even go away from that, I have my issues, personal issues with the prof, because one thing, 2015 when he went to the street to protest against the governance of Jonathan, especially when he had to do with the Chibok girls. But today, in fact, the past administration and current administration, we've seen a lot of those things, even tripling what actually happened during the days of Jonathan. But he is nowhere to speak out, and this is where most of us are not happy with all of those guys who went to the street to
Samson,
protest against
do you know
Jonathan.
how old Wole Soyinka is
however,
now?
yeah, I understand. That's why I use the word the prof. So some of the things that he has done that most of us are not actually pleased with, though we are talking about him today, but we'll also look at some of the critical things that we expect these persons to also speak out today, because this is exactly what you have been able to say all about encompassing around him. He is somebody who speaks out against injustice, inhumanity, and all of that. But we just had the NSAS issues, and we never had all of these guys coming to call out the government or even go to the street the same way they did to Jonathan regime. So this is why a lot of persons are having conflicting, just like you also say, he's also somebody who is kind of in his own way of doing things. But however, I think it's such a good thing for a lot of persons to know all of these beautiful things about it, Wole Soyinka.
Although there are other downsides.
Yeah,
He
sure,
criticized he's an open critic of organized religion, particularly Christianity and Islam.
Okay.
Islamism, and viewing them as human created systems that can corrupt and limit potential.
Okay.
That's his own personal
That's his own personal views,
belief.
Yeah.
This is one reason why my brother doesn't like him. My brother is somebody that my youngest brother. He reads. He reads. When I say he reads, even more than me, I thought I used to read. Now, when he was telling me about having a conversation, I was asking who should I spotlight on this segment? I was like, and I said Wole Soyinka. I was like, don't spotlight him. My dad was like, he doesn't like him. I said, why? And I explained that, okay, this is the reason why he don't like him. I was like, I didn't even realize, like, this boy is like, he has turned to Google now because he knows things that are beyond. So that's why he says he doesn't like Wole Soyinka. But I still implore,
Because of that.
yeah, because of that personal belief.
But that has
But
nothing to do with his work.
Still a small
You
boy.
can like the arts and not the artist.
Exactly. Exactly, but he's still a small boy. He will learn. He
All
will
right, that's
definitely
much
learn.
can take on the people and culture segment. So going back to the music, when we come back, and we're moving straight to the top story segment right here on the show. I'll leave in the hands of Rihanna and Jay-Z. This one says Umbrella, the number of FM radio sets. We'll be back before you know it.
Umbrella by Jay-Z and Rihanna. Welcome back from that short music break. Time check is 21 minutes past the hour of 9, and it's still the Morning Bus Show right here on Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it a do infotainment. And right now, we're moving straight to the next segment of the show, which is the top story segment. And we have a very interesting top story. As much as we've spoken about this over and over again, but I think that's literally our job at this point, is to reiterate these things over and over and over again until the government actually hears and do the needful. It says health workers fund child deliveries as neglected Yala Health Center struggles without beds and other facilities. Health workers at the Community Health Center in Itiga Okpame local Yala local government area of Cross River State are battling harsh working conditions and personally funding basic medical needs as the facility struggles with poor infrastructure and lack of essential equipment. The Rural Health Center, which serves residents of the community and surrounding areas, has reportedly been operating without electricity, water supply, hospital beds, mattresses, baby weighing scales, and standard delivery equipment, forcing health personnel to improvise while attending to patients. Speaking with news reporters in Itiga Okpame, a health practitioner at the center, Angela Morgana, described the situation as difficult and risky, especially during emergency cases and childbirth. She said, as we can see, work has been very difficult because of no equipment, no facilities. We have one that the community bought when they built the center till now. Working here is not only difficult, it is also risky attending to patients, so we refer serious cases to the general hospital in Ochuchi. I hope I pronounced that right. She disclosed that health workers often provide drugs and delivery materials from personal funds while waiting for pregnant women coming for childbirth. According to her, most nighttime deliveries are conducted with torchlights due to the absence of electricity, a situation residents fear could endanger lives during critical medical emergencies. When contacted, the coordinator of primary health care in Okpama, Angela, said providing equipment and infrastructure for the center was beyond her office's responsibility, noting that many health facilities across Yala local government area face similar challenges. In her response, the Director General of the Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Vivian Mesembe, attributed the poor state of facilities to long-standing infrastructural problems inherited from previous administration. It is not only in Yala, all the local government areas in Cross River State are going through the same issue. We inherited an unequipped center. Sorry, we inherited the unequipped centers from the past government, so it has been like that right from the onset till now, she said. Residents of the community say the deteriorating condition of the facility has continued to affect access to healthcare, particularly for pregnant women, nursing mothers, and children. A resident, Patience Obenyi, appealed to the state government to urgently intervene and equip the center to reduce avoidable suffering and medical complications in the community. The situation at the Itiga Okpame Health Center highlights the broader challenges facing rural healthcare delivery in Cross River State, where inadequate funding, poor infrastructure, and shortage of medical equipment continue to limit access to quality healthcare services. I'm tired. I'm honestly tired of talking about quality healthcare in Cross River State. It's becoming a thing of primary concern because, like I said, is it that the government of the day do not care about the quality of healthcare in the country and in the state? Now, I'll still reference the thing that happened during the Easter holiday where that guy in where was that again, in Ugeb local government, I think,
Yeah.
couldn't
Went all the way
access
to Ebonyi.
healthcare a good healthcare facility in Ugeb local government and had to travel all the way to Ebonyi State to access proper and quality healthcare. For how long will things like this continue to happen? For
You
how
know-
long will we continue to suffer because of inadequate healthcare services in Cross River State?
You know how sad it is. If you see the images
Mm.
of these places, like if God, I when I was hearing it, I was just like, God, what is this? Imagine using candle lights to deliver somebody. Shout out to the healthcare workers there, because they didn't even give up on the facility. They just decided from their personal funds, which is not supposed to be. From their personal funds, decided that they're going to at least manage these resources that they have and do their jobs. You barely find people that will do the same thing, because there's some that after they have seen that nothing is working, they go on strike, they close down the entire place.
Yeah.
But if we decide to manage, imagine a hospital without water supply, a hospital without lights.
How thing is, when I hear things like this, I am baffled, because how is that even possible that there's a health facility, there's no electricity, there is no water supply, there are no beds, there are no
Fine, if you see what I am seeing,
equipment.
if you see what I am seeing, if you see their bedsides, imagine how you're in a place and maybe just give birth to a child, and because of how dilapidated the places are, because what I'm seeing here now, the windows are wide open. There's no net, mosquito net. Maybe when the water is trying to recover, mosquitoes will definitely come around that area,
Mm.
creating another health risk entirely. And this is not it's not only here. We've been hearing this thing that's been reoccurring since the one you said in the general hospital case we had recently, plus this one again. The healthcare system in Cross River State, let's bring it to Cross River State, has been neglected for so long. And imagine the pride saying we inherited it. And so you inherited it. What did you do
I think
to
that's the
change
part.
it?
That's the part that annoys me so much. The fact that there is a problem and the convenience thing to do is to give an excuse. That part annoys me so much. You inherited poor infrastructure. Okay, what is the current administration doing to improve those infrastructure those bad infrastructure that were inherited? Because you saying, "Oh, we inherited it." Okay, we're supposed to applaud you for inheriting.
They don't even
bad
have an
infrastructure.
excuse. Do you know why we don't have an excuse? We had the funds to do a carnival
Hmm.
successfully well. We didn't just do one. We did cultural, we did children, we did international, we did the main one, the street party. We had other ones. We had different other events we did. The governor was able to decorate the entire
Don't forget we
city
had
of Calabar.
the Carnival of Thanksgiving as well in April.
Imagine,
Mm.
let's misplace priority so much. I mean, we are known for carnival and all, but let us be known for good healthcare systems too. Don't you think?
Mm.
Because how do you divert funds from where they are actually needed? Because if we are not in our proper healthy state, we can't walk to carnival.
Mind you, there is always a budget for healthcare, and somehow I always wonder where that fund or those funds rather go to, because every year there's a budget for healthcare, and somehow the healthcare system keeps dilapidating every single year. There's no improvement to in the regards of healthcare, because if there was improvements, you would not come out to say, "Oh, we inherited a poor infrastructure from the past administration." It's given excuse. That's what I see it as giving an excuse, because let's be honest, healthcare is a priority, and I'll say this over and over again: the government of the day cannot prioritize healthcare because they do not use those facilities. If they used those facilities, if members of their families used those facilities, I bet you, quote me any day, I bet you we would have better healthcare system in the States, better healthcare system in the country. But for the fact that they are not using those facilities, forget about it.
There's one thing I noticed. They are not usually involved in fatal accidents that need them to be rushed to the hospital immediately. Because when they do, they will experience what it feels like to have an urgent case.
Well, if at all they actually get involved in anything like that, they'll go to a private facility and get treated.
Okay, so for me, I think I'll come in different perspective and dimensions joined together. Okay, first of all, the Cross River State health budget for 2025, it's about 282.65 billion naira. Okay, now if you look at the total of it, we're talking about 47.9 trillion and over the time past. Now, if you look at this bogus amount of money, and then you ask yourself, this respective local government area, do they have student union body in Unical? Let's start from there. Yes. Do they have it in other colleges of education or college of health and all of those? Yes, they have them, right? So what do they go back to do? That is why I have problem with the kind of education young people these days are actually getting. Do you understand? Because you leave your village, you leave your local government, come to the town to come and school, but you return back and become even the worst person in the community. First of all, we talk about what awareness are these guys doing. It's not all about being in association and the next thing, the only thing you know how to do is to go and be meeting those your chairmen, your appointees to beg for money. No, it shouldn't be. This is why I have problems with even our student union government bodies in institutions. What role are they doing? All of them comes from particular places. It's not about being an SUG president, a vice president, or being director of this and that and that. And at the end of the day, where you come from, there is no impact whatsoever that you come from a place. Now, let's go back to our voting strategies and all of that. If you look at how young people actually put themselves together in terms of voting, in terms of choosing leadership, they don't care about all of these things. So these are kinds of women we're supposed to be giving accolades to.
Okay, let's take
Awards
this
to.
call.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Casey. Good morning.
I can hear my.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Casey. Can you hear us now?
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. This is a concerned citizen on the line.
Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Casey. Talk to us.
Yes, yes. Your topic this morning is very, very good. Anything that concerns her, you need to be taken good, seriously and good care. Okay. For where I come from, right? Election is around the corner. Where I come from, the way we do politics and the way we play politics is that if you are a local government chairman vying for the office, or you want to go back again, then it will show you a primary health care that you are going to fix. Are you with me? There's no more manifestos again. There's nothing like that. You do something physical that you are going to see before you can say we are going to vote for you and queue and vote for you. So that is the way it's supposed to be. If you are vying for governorship post, you go and construct a 40 or 50-kilometer route that you are going to see. That is when you're going to be qualified to vie for that office. That is stand as your manifesto, campaign manifesto. So, but these days, they revise the case. It's because you people are not doing what you're supposed to do. Till the time, and youth of the Cross River State are so eager to collect hanky-panky, maybe rice and whatever, food item they give to them. They can't stand stood on their ground and say, look at what we want. Put this in on ground. If you are going, if you even go there, you didn't do anything, we are okay for the one you have done and the one we have seen. That is the way it's supposed to be. And for the Unicard that are going around and contesting their this, they can't come out here. They used to come out and then campaign outside the Unicard campus. And then the people that is outside will give them guidelines. We call them the stakeholder. We give them guidelines on what to do when they get into that, because this is the time to catch them young. Thank you very much. Let me give room for others to call.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Casey, for calling. Do enjoy the rest of your day. The phone lines are open 0809 4444 058. I'll take that again 0809 4444 058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, and we'll take it right here on the show. What do you think about healthcare system in Cross River State? What is your take? What is your assessment when it comes to primary healthcare in Cross River State? What have you experienced so far so good in the primary healthcare facilities across Cross River State? Call us up this morning 0809 4444 058. I'll take that again 0809 4444 058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, and we'll take it right here on the show. Now, it's called primary healthcare for a reason. It's supposed to be closer to the grassroots, because these people might not have the luxury of coming to town to
come to the teaching hospital and other private facilities in the metropolis. That's why they have the primary healthcare, to cater for their needs, to cater for every single medical need that they have. But when these people are not well equipped, when they are not, being funded properly, it's more like you're indirectly killing the grassroots people, because if they cannot access proper healthcare, then they're going to be dying. Now, to talk about the case of deliveries, we know how critical it can get. We know how critical childbirth can get. So imagine using candles and torchlights.
That's
to
just
gi-
that's just the normal
madness.
birth, though. Okay,
That's
imagine if one
madness.
person actually requires CS.
Mm,
How then? Because CS is even more technical, because
yes.
it's a whole CS is a very very wide process. And imagine if you are having issues with just you're using torchlights for normal birth. Talk more. I don't even want to think about how they would perform CS, because it's one thing to have trained professionals, because to me they sound like as if they are trained to an extent to know that, okay, this set of things to be pushed to this point where they are using their personal funds. How much are they paying them for them to use their personal funds to fund a primary health care that is supposed to be it's supposed to be what a normal layman can access? How much are they being paid that they want to use their normal funds to do this? Because mind you, medical supplies are not they're not cheap. They are not cheap, because I've got ordinary EDTA containers in packs. It's a different. It's not a 1,000 naira. It's not 2,000. It's very expensive. And talk more of other equipments that they would need, and then you need gloves 247 because you are changing at different points in time. I'm just talking of the normal materials, or leaving the other ones that are wider than this, and there are a lot of consumables, the ones that you have to use, throw away, and then buy extra again. That's why we have a whole supply chain system and all that. Imagine using your personal funds to fund these particular things. I feel like this should be it should not be a reason. It should not be a thing where we would blame the past administration that we inherited. Do something about it. And this is sad, because 4 years have passed. Where is this going? What am I saying? 4 years is going already, and nothing has been done. We can't boast about good healthcare in Cross River State alone. We can't boast about good healthcare. What are we doing now?
Meanwhile, Cross River State government has actually allocated over 5 billion naira in the 2025 budget to sustain the primary healthcare revitalization program, and then this initiative actually aims to restore and sustain the primary healthcare, dignity in Cross River State. But yet, if you look at the number of primary healthcare we're talking about, they look at 94 primary healthcare across the state and over 196 political wards, with more on that way according to the government. Now, it is so pathetic that at this point in time, in this 21st century, somebody will go to school, and then go and learn how to be a nursing, and then come back home to come and practice it. And then this is the level at which you're rendering this kind of services. No, it is quite wrong. And this is why sometimes when all of these unions say, oh, we are going on strike, I begin to wonder, what kind of strike are you guys going? At the end of the day, it will not even translate to the reality of things that you actually go. It's sad. But for these women, I think the world should actually wake up to give them an award. It's not an easy thing to reach. That's why I keep saying a lot of persons earn less than 5,000 naira a month. That is it. Because you spend what you're supposed to see. You've misused it. You've used it out. Well, it is service. After all, I think it's sad that this is happening.
The truth is, they're
You're
not supposed to be
but look at it.
serving in that capacity.
Look
because
at it.
that
Look
is
at the
work of
situation.
the government.
Look at the situation. And a lot of persons are still bent on telling you that this particular administration have done the best thing. And when you talk, they say, "Hey, he has done this." Yes. What exactly has he done?
I'm not here to criticize the administration or the government. What I'm here to say is, do what needs to be done. That's all I have to say. If the primary healthcare system needs attention, give it full attention.
Give it.
Because we have, and the funny thing is that we have people that are supposed to be overseeing this thing. We have the commissioner for health. We have the
primary healthcare directors and all of those guys.
Director General of the primary healthcare. What are you doing? Do you take this report to the governor?
The governor and say, hey, this is it.
How bad the situation is.
And have you been
On a
sincere?
daily
That is another
basis,
thing.
People
And
are
then people
dying.
checkmate them
Yet
for not doing
The
what they're
monitoring
supposed
and
to.
evaluation team in Cross River State are there. What exactly are they doing? That is it.
It's very sad because at the end of the day, people are dying. For every minute that people don't have access to quality healthcare, they are dying.
Exactly.
For every minute that people don't have access to quality healthcare, their condition is worsening, and that's not good for our population. That's not good for Cross River State because we deserve. It's a basic need, and I'll say this 1,001 times. Healthcare, quality healthcare should not be luxury in the 21st century, for crying out loud. Quality healthcare should not be a luxury. It's a primary and a basic amenity. Every citizen deserves, because at the end of the day, you're paying. It's not a free service, for God's sake. It is not free. You're paying for the services. So if you're paying for something, it should be quality. If you're paying for something, it should be something that can actually save your life. Sometimes when you go to these primary healthcare centers, you'll be scared of going back home with a certain illness or disease because of how bad and dilapidated the facility is. So sometimes you cannot even lay on the bed because it looks like it is infested with bed bugs.
A lot,
Yeah.
a
It's
lot,
that bad.
countless.
So imagine going to the hospital and you're scared of going back home with another ailment. You're scared that when you go there, you might not even get treated, or you might not be attended to. They might tell you, "Oh, we don't have facilities, we don't have a glove, we don't have this." It annoys me so much when I hear things like, "Oh, we don't have this, we don't have." Why don't you have these things? Why? And have you complained to the relevant authorities? As a matter of fact, I think these people that are even using their money to even do this, they are doing more harm than good because they will make the government complacent.
Yeah.
What they're supposed to do, they're not going to do because there are people out there that are actually using their own money to actually fund these things when it's not supposed to be so. They're not supposed to serve in that capacity. Their business is to offer services, not fund the service. Funding the service is the sole responsibility of the government, not the health workers there. Imagine a health worker saying that they're using their own money. Oh my goodness.
Stop using your own money, please. Stop using it. Use your money to feed yourself. Use your money to. After all, we are talking about
how
Nigeria.
much
It's for
is
the
the salary?
greater, it's for the
How
greater
much-
cause of saving lives.
How much?
Very
How,
honest.
how
Stop
much
using
how
your
much
money.
is their
Stop
salary?
using your money.
Like,
Call the government
if
responsible for that.
They are being rational and practical. How much is their money? How sustainable is this thing that they're going to use their money to fund the healthcare system? If they can do it today, what's the guarantee that tomorrow they
You
can
do it. And if you're not there, what's the guarantee that another person will do it so that others will not think you are the best or this person is the worst and all of that?
At the end of the day, we just hope that the government comes to the aid of the people, because healthcare is very important. Healthcare is a priority.
We should be begging government to come and do what they need to do. Oh, Nigeria.
What it has become.
It's so sad.
This is also a reminder that you should make informed choices. The next election is coming. And
Go get
you
your
should
PVC.
Go and get your PVC. One, you should make informed choices, not based on sentiments, not based on influence. You should make choices based on evidence. You should make choices based on what you have seen, right? Because I think we are all saying what is going on, and I think that everybody know that they deserve better. We deserve better as a country. We deserve better as a state. So make informed decisions.
Speaking on
make
informed
prudent
choices.
decisions.
Speaking on informed choices, bringing it down, you want to make a decision. And you will definitely do research. You want to make a very big decision. You will definitely make research on that decision, right? Now, you want to make a decision on who to pick to be your next president or vice president, to be your next
Governor, senator, house of rest, chairman, councillor.
You do
whatever
your
you think you want
research.
to
I
do,
mean,
yeah.
we are a tech-savvy generation, for Christ's sake. You do your research. What has this person done? You are seeing what is happening in this space. You are living in it. You are experiencing it. So you should be able to, that informed choice, do your research, do your homework. Who is this person, and how can this person, and what has this person done for me to, decide whether this is the person I want to put in place again to continue or to step into this place. Make informed decisions. Do your research. I mean, everything is displayed on the internet, for Christ's sake. We have relevant sources that will tell you that this person did this person did that. In this person's
if anybody
administration-
did anything, we'll come and tell you on radio that this person did this person did that. If
Exactly,
they
it
did
to
not
be
do it, we'll come and tell you that they did not do it.
read out here, and then you can also do your research. We also encourage you to do more research on these particular things, so that you know the exact person you are putting in place, and you know how to keep that person accountable. If this person doesn't do this on a normal, how you expect the person to do when the person steps in? It doesn't make any sense. You can't trust that kind of thing. You can't.
That's why when Mr. Casey said that you do it first before you go into that place.
Exactly, because
I like that. I like that method.
It's when you've done it, I'll be able to trust that you can do it again, or you can do it better, you can do it more. When you've not done it, how will I place today? You may not even do it. You won't start with it again. So make informed choices. Do your researches on the people that are going to be qualified enough to be voted for, and then make sure that your choices are very, very informed, so that you can hold these leaders accountable. You can have the right to hold them accountable, because if you don't vote them in, you won't fully have the right to hold them accountable, because the leader you put in place there, you have the utmost right to drag them and say, you said you will do this and you're not doing it. And then a good leader would step up and equally do what, for Christ's sake, we are talking of servant leaders. You do what will benefit the people at large, and to definitely
That's why
come
you
back
were there.
effectively. Exactly.
That's why you were
You need to
there.
be a leader. Exactly. So please, let's use our technology, the fact that we have technology at our fingertips, for a good cause. Thank
All
you.
right, that's much can take on the top story segment. We're going back to the music. When we come back, we're moving straight to the conversation of the day. I'll leave in the hands of Maroon 5. This one says Memories. Do not move away from your radio set. We'll be back before you know it.
Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring
Memories by Maroon 5. Welcome back from that short music break. Time check is 49 minutes past the hour of 9, and right now we're moving straight to the conversation of the day. So I came across a certain video on social media, and I think everybody should listen to this because it's very, very, very important.
Oh, this one, I never see this kind of thing once for my life. See, bro. We see picking for inside this guy boot. Meanwhile, no expect this. Okay, I'm trying to the picking the alert, daddy. Okay, if the police stopping now, I know what you expect. The police hold us before. They're passing.
All right, so Nigeria is getting dangerous by the day. Please, I beg you, you people should be careful. Nigeria is getting dangerous by the day. Be careful. Be careful. Now, what happened in this video? The person that recorded this video, the person talking in this video, now somebody when I know, is somebody that I know very well. He sent me this video and said, bro, see what happened to me today. Oh. Do you understand? Now, God help me. Now, what happened? He said, him and his friends were at home and they done booked a ride and they were going out. They booked in-drive. When the in-drive driver came, they entered the car. While they were going, the driver was playing a loud music. Then at some point, after like 1 hour, because there was traffic, after like 1 hour on the road, he said he started hearing the cry of a baby, of a child. Now he said, I did hear Pikin the cry, and we know carry Pikin. I've been at the music. Then the driver said, yes, it is the music. Then they kept on going. They were still going again, oh, About 20 minutes later, I say, come, this thing no be music. Pikin they cry for this car. Pikin they cry, park this car. The driver refused. They mandated him, they say, park. The driver eventually parked. Tell the driver, say, open your boots. When they open the boots, lo and behold, Pikin did there. Lo and behold, Pikin did there. Now they say, driver, who get this Pikin? Driver, no fit talk. Pikin, where are you from? Pikin said, the driver is his father. They were confused. You, the father, why would you put your child inside boots? Would you carry you put your Pikin for inside boots? Why? The driver no fit talk. Do you understand? From there, they made noise, people came. You understand? They brought the driver outside. See the driver and the Pikin. Do you understand? People came. What happened? They explained. Next day, say, okay, let them go to the police station. When they got to the police station, they were writing down their statement. This guy said, lo and behold, somebody called and said they should release the guy. They don't know who called, but the person sounded influential. Next thing, they wanted to bring the case. They wanted to just stop the case and told the guy to go. They say, I don't understand. What this guy did does not make sense. Imagine if, as we dey go, police can't stop us. Can't say, open your boots. Police is automatically going to think that, come, all these boys, for them to put this Pikin for boots, all of them are ritualists or Yahoo boys or something very crazy. And now you want to let this guy go. Now, guess what I think?
All right. That was a very trendy story that I came across on social media, and it made me realize how bad the times are, because people are coming up with really crazy and bizarre ways of extorting from people and making money off people. Imagine putting your own child inside the trunk of a
I'm not sure if
vehicle.
it's his child though.
Well, the boy said that that's his father.
I have another one. Another additional. You see, there's different scope. Different scopes. So, this was from a general overseer of a particular church, but it's not religious
Faith or-
organization.
yeah.
Yeah. So this man said he was in his car and he was driving. So this particular lady hailed him, considerably dressed okay, and was like, please, can you help me go to the nearest bus stop? Can I hitch a ride in your car? What's the nearest bus stop? They said, okay, no problem. I mean, it's just to carry you in a
Hmm.
When he now got to the said bus stop, you know what this lady did? Said he started dragging his shirt. He was like, "Okay, pay me my money now, pay me my money now." And I was like, I was confused at the point in time. Then the next thing he now she started shouting was, "Okay, pay me my money. You don't get service already now. You won't leave me without money." It now attracted the attention of different people, and people did not want to hear his side. They wanted to hear the lady's side because of it's a lady. So the next thing she kept dragging him that she's a prostitute and he has gotten services from her and he doesn't want to pay her.
Okay, let's take this call before you continue. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Yeah, good
morning.
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 What is your name
Yeah,
and where
my-
you're calling us from?
My name is Mr. Bassi. I'm calling from Del Right.
Okay.
So I want to know the program you have today for us and what's the time.
Okay, Mr. Bassi will reach out to you as soon as possible. Continue, Sharon.
Okay, so the next thing, yeah, I said they came outside and she kept shouting. Her claim was that the prostitute, she was a prostitute, and he was supposed to pay for her services. It was not shouting. It was one particular sensible man and actually came and asked the man, because the man was confused. He was like, I did not do anything. So asked the man, what happened? And then he now narrated the whole story. And the prostitute finally now confessed that, okay, that's not actually what happened. That, okay, no. I don't think after he confessed, the guy now said, he confessed quietly. He didn't confess to the crowd. The guy now said, just pay her what you can pay her and go. So the guy just paid her the money and left. After they departed, nothing, no violence occurred or anything before things escalated more than that. Because, he's a very, he's a famous person already. So it will come up as a scandal, even though he's not in the wrong. But in the eyes of the internet, he will look like somebody that is very it will look very scandalous, and then it will definitely, people now start drawing out different stories and moral lessons from it, and that's what he didn't want, so he just paid the lady and went. You see one scope from there now.
But at the end of the day, I think people should be very, it's not even a thought. You should be very, very vigilant, right? When hailing the cab, when going outside, there are lots of vile things happening today in our country, in our society, in our environment. So you should be very, very very cautious. So there are a few cautions I would like to, or precautions I would like to read out here. It says, use only verified ride-hailing apps or registered taxis. Avoid random roadside cabs. Choose platforms with driver details, trip tracking, and support channels. Confirm the plate number before opening the door. Share your trip detail before entering. Inspect inside of the cab quickly. Avoid entering a cab where another passenger is already inside. This for like private cab hailing services. We also have seats at the back behind the front passenger seat. Now, trust your instincts. Even if you feel paranoid, trust your instincts. Another one is avoid taking rides at deserted bus stops or dark corners. Keep your phone ready and charged. Very, very, very important. The part of sharing your location with people is very important. Very, very important. I traveled to Abuja last year, and a friend of mine kept telling me this place is not safe. There's always kidnapping. Whenever you're going out, share your location with somebody. So when I was going to the airport, I was leaving Abuja, I was going to the airport, and the cab driver that came to carry me was not comfortable with how she was looking. She looked very rough. For a lady, she looked very rough. I had to share my location, the driver detail rather, with every single person on my contact, just in case anything happens. People will know that this lady. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Like I was that cautious of what I was doing, so that if anything happens, I know that everybody's alert. So please be vigilant. A lot of things are happening these days. Times are very bad.
Also, he mentioned something about this Gen Z. Gen Z, everybody's now on pods.
Yeah.
On 2 years. And you've entered a cab. I mean, people will be like, I don't need to talk to the driver and everything now. You have to look properly, because sometimes it may not even be a human being, it may be drugs. And if the wrong security officials catch you, it becomes another thing entirely. It will be like as if you guys were in on it. You're just going your way. So as much as possible, when you are in places that you are not sure of, those pods should not be playing music. It should be on one ear, so that you know that you're vigilant to hear and act quickly on your surroundings. This is very, very, very important, because you don't know where this thing will actually help you. So please be vigilant as much as possible, because when you put those people that even put their heads down and press their phone onto without even looking up around, please be vigilant as much as possible to ensure safety.
All right, that's how much you can take today on the Morning Bus Show. Right, now we're moving straight to the last segment of the show, which is the quote of the day segment. Like you already know, we like to leave you with something, to help you and motivate you all through the day. So what is the quote of the day today, Sharon?
Protect your space. Energy is a currency. Spend it wisely. Protect your space. Energy is a currency. Spend it wisely. Please select the circle that you are in carefully. You don't want to have negative energy while dealing with life, with what life throws at you. So protect your space as much as possible.
All right. Thank you very much. And that's how much you can take today on the Morning Bus Show. It has been so much fun. We had a lot of fun talking to you, informing, educating, and entertaining you. And we're also urging you to make informed choices.
And be at her 8 for your parts today.
Okay, till we come away again tomorrow, same time, same station. Do enjoy the rest of your day and keep listening to Unico 103.5 FM. I'll leave in the hands of Alicia Keys. This one says, no one. My name remains Van Henshaw, and I am signing out. Good morning.